An anti-terror training camp is being held this weekend in the UK. Several hundred young Muslims will attend. The keynote speaker is an imam who issued a fatwa against terrorism a few years ago, Dr. Mohammed Tahir-ul-Qadri, and his way of combating the radical narrative of groups like ISIS is to use theology.
The main objective of organizing this camp is to prepare our younger generation and our youngsters in order and to enable them to counter the extremistic ideology and all those misconceptions. We will try to provide them some theological tools, some ideological tools, evidences basing on the real teachings of Quran and real teachings of the Sunnah of Holy Prophet, and that would be in fact the counter narrative for this violent extremism.
So yours is a theological argument, and it's a counter argument to the narrative of groups like so-called Islamic State, which you hope that these young British Muslims will take out into the community.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that there may be many other reasons other than theological and ideological. There can be local political reasons in different parts of the world wherever these terrorist organizations are emerging. There can be some social issues, but all these issues are to be addressed by those societies or by the states. We are only concerned on one front, to one concern, and that is the theological and ideological aspect.
I wonder how successful that can be when so-called Islamic State and other groups are, to put it plainly, they are attractive to young Muslims, not many, but some young Muslims, because of the image that they are selling of life in their so-called caliphate. And I wonder how theology can counter that sort of narrative.
I want to tell them categorically and with full authority and responsibility as a humble student of Islam that there is no commandment in the Holy Quran and there is no single commandment in Hadith of the Prophet of Islam that you have any responsibility to work for establishing a global caliphate or a regional caliphate in any part of the world. We need these kind of clarifications to be conveyed to them so that they are mentally clear. This is a nonsense. So, number one thing is that I'm going to combat and I'm going to say that please come up with a single argument or a single evidence from Quran and the Sunnah or tradition of the Prophet of Islam whereby you are bound to work for establishing a caliphate. Answer is no. So this is a challenge. This is how we want to clarify their minds. Second, whatever they are saying jihad, they are killing the mankind. It cannot come within the purview of jihad in Islam. Jihad has its own rulings. Jihad has its own laws. It has its own principles. So you can't fight against any non-combatant. You can't kill women. You can't kill children. Killing of mankind can never be termed as jihad. Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, condemned this act, and Holy Prophet specifically mentioned about this ISIS. So I'm going to tell the Holy Prophet said, these people who will emerge from Iraq, Holy Prophet said, they will hold black flags in their hands. Holy Prophet said, they have no connection with my community and I have no link with them and they are the disbelievers. Nobody should call them as Muslims.
When we look at the events in Barcelona just in the last few days, and when we learn that an imam was conceivably the ringleader of the group of young men who carried out those acts, people wonder why members of the community did not say something about that imam. Do you think it is time for members of the community to look more closely at the actions of some rogue preachers?
Any criminal can adopt the shape of an imam by keeping beard and by wearing the long dress and by speaking Arabic or by uttering a few verses of Quran. This is a time where Muslim community is under responsibility to watch them. Imam is to preach the message of love.
Dr. Mohammed Tahir-ul-Qadri, thank you very much. And that anti-terror training camp is taking place at Keele University this weekend.